I don't eat as much as I used to. I just feel so much better when I just skip the middle meal. And like, whose idea was it 3 meals a day anyway?
You don't need that.
Right.
No.
And I found that I can live very comfortably. I'm not into like torturing myself. It's like, oh, I'm going to starve and nail myself to this chair. But, you know, if I'm too distracted to work because I'm hungry, I need to address that. But what I have found is if I just kind of don't eat a lot, after a couple of days, I'm like a jet in the high air where you're burning no fuel because you're just in the thin air, where I walk by food going like, nah, I've had like 2 meals in the last, 2.5 meals like in the last 3 days. And I feel fine. Actually, I feel like really bouncy. Like I don't need the post-workout 7-minute power nap. I'm feeling really good.
Do you do intermittent fasting at all?
Yes, on the woman I work with, you know, Heidi, she does that sometimes, and I'll just follow her lead. So she'll go, hey, I'm doing this. I'll try that because I just don't know this stuff. And she knows a lot more about it than I do. So I just do what she does. And so a few years ago, I got into like 1 meal a day. I was just trying it out. No one told me to. I was in India, of all places, and I was out all day taking photos and sweating, and I would eat dinner, and that would be it. And I would like sleep through breakfast and go back out with my camera. So dinner became my meal. And the first 3 days of that was a little tough. And then it was like I kind of felt bad when I went back to the Western.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm eating a lot of food.
Your body adapts.
Yeah. Oh, we can adapt. You can live on pizza for the rest of your life very happily. Whatever.
But your body really does adapt to that intermittent, that timed
Well, no, I'm saying
feeding.
it'll adapt to anything. It'll adapt to too much food, or it'll adapt to like a fraction of what you used to eat.
Right.
Here's what I have found. When I start limiting the food, I'm more alert. My sleep is more restorative. And I bounce out of bed, like I'm just flying out of bed. I don't have that afternoon drowsiness. I just stay with it. And I just feel way more buoyant and present.
Yeah.
Type faster, just concentrate more. And when I'm on tour, it's usually I do 1 point something meals a day. Like I'm about to leave on tour. It's an evening meal post-show.
I put myself into an 8-hour feeding window and 16-hour fasting window every day. And I've been pretty consistent with that over the last like 4 or 5 months. And it has a big impact, man. When when I eat dinner, you know, say if I'm done at 8 o'clock, I just time it out. 16 hours later is when my first meal comes. I can have a coffee in between now and then, but nothing with like any real significant calories. I'm just having some liquid or something like that, and that's it. And then it just, by doing that, man, I wake up in the morning, I'm not craving breakfast. I'm not even hungry. My body's just totally adapted to it. Yeah, it just gives your body a chance to digest. I think we're always in a state of feeding, and your body just never has really a chance to digest all that food.
It's like juggling. You know, the body's like, as it's processing, it's incoming, like, really? Another order?
Exactly.
Where it never gets to realize digestion. Like, we're done. It's always in, like, you're like a cow.
Yep.
They're always processing nutrition.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's a Western model.
Yeah.
Because in other parts of the world, people live very differently than we do. It is what it is. And a meal it's almost just a thing that happens now and then. It's not like it's dinner time and we're going to talk about report cards, and it's not a gathering. It's like the whole family works all over the city, and they're going to eat, I think, at some point. Where even sleep, you go to like parts like Vietnam, and people are just like sleeping behind the counter of the store they work at because they've been there for a day and a half.
Right.
Because mom can't come in, so they're running the store, and sleep is this thing that you get now and then. And I think food is like that in a lot of parts of the world. Like a meal, the next time I eat, it'll be the next time I eat.
When you go to these places, and I know you travel pretty much all over the world, do you go out of your way to try to sample in as wide a variety as the local cuisine as you can?
No. Depends on where I go. And I'm not that guy who just brings it all from home and I never leave home when I'm abroad. But I can't afford to eat a bad meal and be bedridden for the next day when I should be out hitting the streets, looking at stuff. And so I've had, as you do, you run into the bad meal where you're like, hugging a tree, watching the arc of vomit, like, wow, Linda Blair. And I've done that from here to Myanmar and Russia, wherever I've had some bad meals. And so when the food looks dodgy, like in the interior of Africa, when you point at the meat object and go, what is that? And the guy will say, I think it's goat. Cliff Bar, just because I just can't. And so what I've learned to do, and it's hard on your back because it's a lot of weight, say I'm going to be out in Africa for 2 weeks. I bring about 2 meals worth of chow with me. That's a lot of nuts, a lot of Cliff Bars, a lot of like peanut butter, things that just don't go bad in heat. Mm-hmm. Where I can just look at the food and go, nah, no, not tonight. It's going to be a handful of almonds and this and water. Also, in parts of the world where water's dodgy, you find a store. You buy the box of water, rip it open to make sure it hasn't been tampered with, buy the whole box, put it in your backpack, and lug 40 pounds of water for the next 5 days. It sucks, but you can't be somewhere and go like, I'm thirsty and I don't know about that water, because that could go south on you. Have you thought about bringing, they have these portable backpack filters and SteriPens and things that a lot of backpack hikers, they use. They're very small now. They're very small and lightweight. And you can get some, like if you're staying in a place and you think it has dodgy water, you can get a gravity filter where you put water. Like you could literally get rainwater from outside in a puddle. And I know a lot of people do that. And they take it and they put it in this large gravity filter and it'll drip down almost like, it looks like someone's peeing at the bottom of this huge bag, like a 60-liter bag of water. But it filters it all and it allows you to drink basically puddle water. Right.